Hey guys, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today about Sonic Prime. Devin, what does it feel like to be the voice of such an iconic character like Sonic the Hedgehog?
Wow. It's incredible. And a little scary at the same time because I know that there are so many people who look up to Sonic as just a source of positivity and confidence that they draw from. So yeah, it's been really special to kind of get to tell stories through him because Sonic was a character that I looked up to as a little kid. So being a part of his stories nowadays is something that actually uh really inspired me kind of to say, hey, you know what? It's all the hard times are worth still kind of working through because you never know where you're going to get to be. Now I'm working with a character that I grew up looking up to by being the voice of him.
Logan, what about Sonic Prime made you want to be part of it?
Well, first and foremost, to be a part of a storytelling experience that features these iconic and lovable characters and their 30 history together was such an amazing opportunity. And also to bring the mythology that exists in the games to the table and then find new ways to tell different and original stories within that. And that was, what was so interesting to me about the project is that Sega's close collaboration ensured that the mythology was intact. We use that as a springboard. So we create these familiar touchstones for people that know the property, but then launch it into new and original directions. So it really becomes an experience for the whole family to enjoy. And you don't necessarily need to have grown up with the games to understand what's happening in the series and enjoy the ride at the same time.
For both of you, what is it about Sonic and his world that makes it so that just everybody loves him and it's so amazing?
I think it's because Sonic is a character that can be for everybody. It doesn't matter where you come from or what you look like. Sonic is a character who just kind of embodies just a sense of fun, a, a sense of humor, and a really deep care for his friends and protecting people, doing the right thing. And that's something that we can all sort of look to be, want to aspire to be. Just going out there, not being afraid, and just being able to protect the people that you care about.
Yeah, and from a storytelling perspective, Sonic is such a fun character to play with because he is that hero and he's had a lot of success and he cares deeply about his friends. So he's always the one, and he's got super speed. So he's always the first one in, and he can take care of a lot of situations himself, which has given him a little bit of a blind side in terms of appreciating what his friends bring to the table. So it's created this vulnerability with him where he's got a heart of gold and he's always trying to do the right thing, but he's created a little bit of a mess at the same time. So it's about him learning about himself and understanding how his actions have affected people around him. And he really develops a sense of empathy through his journey and appreciation where he learns not to take things for granted and appreciate what he has. And so it's kind of an incredible journey from that perspective. And it was a way to like take his core attributes as a character and develop a storyline that kind of showcases that vulnerability. And I think that's what makes him relatable to the audience.
Devin, was it hard to find your Sonic voice? And did you take inspiration from any of the others?
I definitely draw influence and inspiration from all of the previous amazing performers who have helped bring the character to life in the past. And I would say for me, um, it's kind of all of them sort of working together, not any one particular individual, as well as just moments where I'd look at the script and say, you know what? This really connects with me on a personal level. I'm gonna throw a lot of me in here and see if that fits. And to be able to bring my own sort of sense of creativity to that has just been a really unique, really cool experience that I'm just super grateful for. So yeah, again, I've been given a lot of room to play, and it's something that I've really enjoyed, and I think a lot of others will as well.
Logan, what about Sonic Prime makes it different from all the other Sonic titles?
Well, first and foremost, it takes Sonic on a crazy emotional roller coaster, and we stretch his character in ways that I don't think audiences have ever seen before. He goes to deep depths of serious lows and to serious highs and victories along the way. But it exposes a side of him that adds layers to his personality and his core character that I think is going to be really interesting and invigorating. And then from the cinematic experience, we're using CG animation. We actually use the game models from Sega, and then we retextured them and applied a surfacing treatment that helps them fit inside the worlds that we are creating for the show. So while it feels familiar, there's a freshness to it at the same time, and we're able to use serious production value and high quality lighting and mood and atmosphere and tone and visual effects to create a really cinematic experience that has this emotional roller coaster, great character comedy and cartoony slapstick at times, as well as really action forward dynamic action sequences. So there's a little bit in there, I think, for everybody. And I think it's different to see all of those elements come together in one package.
Logan, in Sonic Prime, there are so much Easter eggs for all of the fans. So what made it so important to include them?
Absolutely. Because it is part of the lore and the mythology, it was critical that we included some Easter eggs within there for fans to sleuth out and to find, and they are dropped all over the episodes. Some of them are a little tricky to find, and I don't want to spell them out. I really want people to get in there, but there is a tie-in to Sonic Frontiers. There's a tie-in to his legacy, his past, the original game. There's some funny comments that he makes to other characters that are a little nod to his relationship or the way they've originally been portrayed. So there's a lot of fun in there from an Easter egg perspective for fans to sink their teeth into.
So for both of you, what is your favorite Easter egg that you guys included?
Ooh, I would say there are definitely there was a moment where a certain song was played that caught me off guard. I'm not gonna spoil necessarily, but things like that. And it's also kind of seeing the rings incorporated in the way that they were isn't something that I've seen really used in an animation before with Sonic. It's not really something I've seen carried outside of the game, so that was also really cool to see as well.
Yeah, for me, there's a flashback that showcases how Tails and Sonic first met, and it's actually done in 16-bit animation, so it's familiar to the actual moment in the game when it happens. So it's just so much fun from that perspective. But because we're in an alternate reality, the character that Sonic meets, who he thinks is Tails, has his own version of that meeting, and Sonic's not in it. So we get to see the same flashback from his perspective that Sonic is not a part of, which completely blows Sonic's mind. So for me, it was taking that, something that has existed and is so lovable, and then doing something new and fresh and unexpected with it at the same time. So it's an Easter egg that also does something innovative. So for me, that's the one.
That's my new answer. That's my answer.
And finally, for both of you, without spoilers, can you tease what will be happening in the first season of Sonic Prime?
A roller coaster of emotions. I know every time I would look at a new script, I'm going in just purely as a fan, like, what is going to happen next? What is going to happen next? And Sonic's emotional journey is a lot of what I went through as a reader. I'm like, what? Is this happening? And then Sonic's going through it. What is this happening? Huh? So it's very much a filled with lots of surprises, lots of twists and turns and loop-de-loops. And I think it's something that, again, whether you're a fan of the character growing up or whether you're new to this, you just want a really good story. I think there's something here for everyone.
Yeah, expect the unexpected, for sure. Sonic is the one thing that remains constant throughout this journey, but everything else around him is thrust into a crazy wild ride. So really does feature, you know, these intense emotional moments with Sonic, out of control action sequences, hilarious character comedy. It's just got so many different layers to it that we think it's going to be a lot of fun for people. So.
And again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. And I can't wait for everybody to see Sonic Prime on Netflix December 15th.
Thank you so much to all my monetary supporters, my members, and my Patreons. Love you guys.